You deal with a lot of famous people, a lot of successful people, a lot of celebrities. For those who you haven't met yet, who might not even know you.
Yeah.
If you admire them, how do you engage in conversation with someone who's heard everything you're ever about to say?
You mean
like
people I actually know? So that's funny. You changed the question at the end there. You mean people that do or didn't know me at all? Or you mean people that really do?
People that do not know who you, do you assume your peers know you or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. So
let me rephrase. That's changed a little bit in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the last 2 years, I can feel there's a difference. And now I am aware. So 3 years ago, I definitely didn't assume. I was like, it didn't even allow myself to go there. For what? Who gives a fuck? The last couple of years, I also don't like being delusional. I'm like, yes, a lot more people know who I am.
I would agree.
I would also say, because of how weird I'm playing it, I also know that very few people actually really know what the fuck's going on with me. And so I have to take that into consideration.
Okay. So then, yeah, let me amend the question to if anyone has a chance to approach someone has had a wealth of experience in their life, and with that maybe comes money, knowledge, whatever it is. How do you engage in conversation with these extraordinary people? Is there
I'm going to give you a bunch of things because you were going somewhere that I want to share because it was one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life and I'm trying to get better at it. So D-Rock knows where I'm going, I think. I never reached out to anybody for like 10 years. Nobody. I first of all was focused on just doing the right things and I knew good things would happen if that happened. I also, if I'm being very transparent and vulnerable, I enjoyed that things came to me and I wasn't asking for them. I was also taught by my parents, like, never ask for anything. So there's some of that, but I'd be lying here and full of shit. There was definitely a part of me that'd be like, yes, XYZ reached out to me. Like, I liked it. It felt like I accomplished something. I'm aware of that now.
Right.
Just a lot. Like, I really am so thankful that I don't have a whole lot of ego, but I would argue what I just said was grounded in I'd like to call it lightweight ego. I enjoyed it.
It sneaks up on you.
But something really hit me. So Kobe passes and multiple people reach out to me 2 or 3 weeks later saying that they were in the process of reaching out to me because in that window, in the last 6 months, he started really liking my content and thought I had wanted to meet, that it was going to be fun for me. One guy specifically that I know very well, I went to Qatar with him before the World Cup, really was called me pretty emotional. It was 8 days ago, we had the conversation that was and I just remember thinking, talk about somebody I really admire because I'm so competitive. And so everything he is as an athlete, I understand cold. Competition is a framework of my life. Like, for all the foofy, be nice and all that stuff, I'm an assassin. I want to kill all of you. I'm just very...
That's getting clipped. For sure. That shit is getting clipped.
Please clip that in context.
And going straight to TikTok.
Then he looked at me, big eyes, and nodded.
You know that guy?
I slowly was like...
The guy that clips up the podcast.
But, honestly, the reality is that I love being competitive. And when I say that, it's like being on the field. It's like sports, right? You watch them, they battle elbows, want to kill each other. Game's over, dap it. Sometimes too much. Because when you're a fan, you're pissed. I'm like, don't fucking, and so I understand and love competition. I admired that mindset, that tenacity, that accountability. And he was also nice.
So nice.
So that's what really fucks with me. So anyway, it happened. And I get 3 or 4 people and within the first 6 to 8 weeks of his passing tell me, and I'm just like, man, I'm such a fucking dick face, right? Why? Why couldn't I have reached out and be like, hey, what you've done for these years, it's really cool. And then maybe we would have had dinner and I would have that memory. And so I've been actively, I did it for kids on the come up. I do it all the time. I still do it. There's
that's
nothing
interesting.
I love doing it for.
Oh, wow.
I do it. I bet a bunch of kids are actually for this world. A bunch of people are like, really? Because you came out to me and I had 1,800 people and I had 4.
Yeah.
I love encouraging the kid. I love it. But when somebody's like that person already, I haven't done that, and I'm trying to do that more.
Interesting.
That's crazy. You're literally not doing what you teach them to do.
That's exactly right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Because
exactly
you're
right.
wrestling with, and it's not a bad pride
No, no,
thing.
no.
It's literally just like it's your parents teaching you
it-
don't ask
no,
for something.
that's exactly right. I thought I was doing the better version. I was doing it for the people that needed it more.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe doesn't need another person saying he's the greatest. I thought I was doing it for the person to give them a push, to give them a pump, to like help them, to maybe answer a question they're dealing with. Like, and it was working. I just wouldn't do it for, somebody like I'm so pumped that I DM'd Roddy Rich now. Like I'm pumped that's there. I'm pumped that DM sits in there.
What'd you say to Roddy?
I fuck with your shit.
We're trying to have him on the show. I'm really good
Good.
friends with Kifa.
I love
his
it. That's
boy.
exactly. Yeah. So like, I like that. I'm trying to do more of that. I'm pushing myself. As far as like maybe where you were going with that question in a different direction, I think everything is context. I can know everything. I mean, I can have a dinner right now with D-Rock that's profoundly interesting because we've not traveled as much the last couple of years. And even though I know all the foundational things and we know each other so well, so for me, if somebody knows everything about me or I know everything about them, that has nothing to do with the sit down and chopping it up because everything's contextual. It's of this moment.
I agree. Yeah, cool.